Ethan Klein trying to condemn another streamer for wanting to visit China because of their policies is laughable. There is this idea that people will denounce a lot of the IOF's actions, but they will laud Israel. Ethan Klein is one of the people that does it as a good place generally. There's a clip where Ethan says,
"What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that mega lefties talking about it like it's some super crazy Jim Crow style of society. I can't wait to show you guys how beautiful, how multicultural, free it feels for people. It's one of the most diverse places I've ever been."
And that's simply not true. I want to go over some stuff real quick. A common retort when defending the state is that 20% of the population is Palestinian and they can vote and they have representation and they can operate in courts.
Resign apartheid state of Israel.
All citizens of Israel enjoy full civil rights, right to vote, to run for office, and to serve in government. Bottom line, the employment of the use of apartheid is malicious and false, not to mention disrespectful to those who experienced apartheid in South Africa.
It really is something beyond the pale to say that Israel is an apartheid state. That's nonsense. And believe me, I think I probably got a better handle on it than some of these goons who write this nonsense.
She misspoke. It's not a racist state.
While Palestinian citizens of Israel enjoy voting rights and representation, the fact is used to divert attention from the exclusion of Palestinians living in occupied territories, Gaza, West Bank, East Jerusalem. So there's a law made in 1950 in ISRL, the Absentees Property Law, and that law is used to claim all of the land that the Palestinians had to flee from in 1948, regardless of where they went, if it was abroad, if it was just outside of the area. So in the state, 20% of ISRL is made up of Palestinians. They only control 3% despite being 20% of the population. 90% of Palestinians in the area suffer from poverty, a lower labor participation, reduced educational attainment, and bad health. 50% of the Arab population in ISRL lives below the poverty line. Only 2% of industrial zones, which generate significant tax income, are located within Palestinian areas. 10% of the remaining Palestinian population in Israel lives in what are called mixed cities, and even there they're relegated to segregated neighborhoods. The state is controlling 93% of the land and using laws that allow local admissions committees to discriminate against Arabs on the basis of social and cultural criteria. That is defined by them, and it is a very vague definition. Thousands of homes are demolished every year, and attempts to challenge any of that is met with severe obstacles. They say that you can do it, but it's very difficult. All political parties that are not congruent to their values are barred. They're illegal, and any demonstrations are also barred and illegal if they are not in favor of their values.
Right to vote, to run for office, and to serve in government.
Political candidate can be disqualified. This makes it incredibly difficult for anybody to challenge any laws or pass new laws. Knesset's own rules prevent the approval of any bill that is not congruent, again, with their values.
Free it feels for people.
Boycotting, like BDS, is illegal. You could get litigated for boycotting a company.
If you want to know what's a threat to the Palestinian people, it's the BDS movement, the boycott, divestiture, and sanction movement that has put many a Palestinian out of a job.
2011, the Knesset passed an amendment that allows a state to withhold funding from institutions that memorialize the Nakba. During the 2019 elections, whose party provided activists with cameras to record Arab polling stations just to intimidate Arab voters, contributed to a turnout drop of Arab voters by 50%. There are extremely stark disparities in the justice system. Palestinians are often placed in pre-trial detention centers. Hundreds of Palestinians are held without charges indefinitely. Since 2002, the state prohibits Palestinians in the West Bank from gaining residency in ISRL through marriage, thereby preventing tens and thousands of families from living together even if they are married. Palestinians, even if they do adhere to the Torah and the commandments, are tried in military courts with a conviction rate exceeding 99%, almost 100% conviction rate. ISRL controls all of the water entering any occupied territories, and equipment to treat water was banned. Palestinians are prevented by the military orders from building or upgrading water installations, drilling wells, accessing freshwater sources. They even control rainwater collection, often destroying Palestinian rainwater harvesting systems. Palestinians who attempt to build homes without the pretty much impossible restrictions and permits, their constructions are demolished like almost immediately. UN Special Reporter Michael Link says the apartheid policies imposed by the state are not only similar to South Africa, but even worse, incorporating features like segregated highways, high walls, extensive checkpoints, strikes, obviously, tank shells That was absolutely not part of the South African model. Gaza suffers from extreme deindustrialization, extremely high unemployment at 45%. 60% of the people are in poverty. 80% of the population in Gaza relies on international aid. Like, they could not survive without international aid. So in short, when somebody says that
How beautiful, how multicultural, free it feels for people.
it's just simply not true.